Hi, my name is George Hobart, and I'm going to show the 3D Scribbler pen and all the buttons and it being used. Okay? So, first, I'm going to show you how you power this thing on. So, first, if you look on the back here, there's two holes. So, this top one is for the filament to go in, which is this, that is what we need to 3D print, make all of our 3D printing drawings. But you're going to want to plug the power right into this hole. And so, once you plug it in, the screen right here will start to immediately light up. And so when it does, you're going to want to plug this in. I'm not going to plug it in right now. And then you're going to want to press the plus button because these two buttons control the heat. The plus button increases the heat and the minus button decreases it.
What temperature do you need for the PLA plastic?
For the temperature, you want 200 degrees Celsius, which it says on this what degree it will be at. I'll show you about that. So yeah. Then the next thing is how to control it, how to make it go forward and backwards.
Okay, we come around this way so I can see what buttons you're pushing.
So when you want to press the buttons, you want to press the forward arrow to make make the filament go out. And if you want to reverse it, say like you got into this much filament and you want to make sure it doesn't clog up and you have to take it out, you have to press this button, which will go in reverse.
Okay.
So on the other side, you have these two buttons that are right next to each other.
Why don't you keep the pen this way, okay, and then let's turn the pen that way.
Got it.
Okay, go. You just show me.
Okay, so on this, okay, so these buttons increase and decrease the speed. So these arrows that are pointing.
Speed of what?
Speed of how the filament is going to come out.
Okay. And
it'll display on here speed 1, speed 2, speed 1 through 6, basically.
Right, okay.
And so this decreases the speed, this side increases it. Okay. Doesn't increase it or decrease it that much, but when you want to go to slight little corners, that's the good part when you want to use it.
Okay.
So now I'm going to show it in use.
Wait, I see two other buttons. What are those?
I already explained that.
Not in this one, you didn't, okay.
Oh, so these control the temperature and they can increase and decrease it.
Oh, that's right. I think you did cover that.
I did.
Okay.
So now I'm going to plug it in. The bottom one plugs in. Okay? So if you look over here, it says 3D pen, welcome, PLA,
that's the right
target,
plastic.
200 Celsius. That's what you want to be at.
So you don't need to touch anything.
Nope.
So now what do we do?
So after that, you want to click the plus button.
No. Because you're already at 200 degrees.
Oh, yeah. So it's already at 200.
Yeah.
Now you want to hit forward.
Yeah. And what is it doing?
It is heating up.
Right. Now, you know what? The temperature, though. Sorry, not the temperature. The speed.
So the speed is displayed right here. Speed 6.
Speed 6. What do you think you should do when you're just learning to use the pen, though? What speed?
You should use speed 1. So you would have to click this. See? Decreases to speed 1.
Okay. And when do you insert the filament?
When it has 200 degrees Celsius. Okay. It is fine if it goes up or down 200 degrees Celsius. It's totally fine. It's natural for it to do that.
If it goes up or down a little bit? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So now it says 200 degrees Celsius. Let's insert it.
So how do you insert it? Let's see.
So to insert it, see this piece?
Yes.
It's the front part. So you're going to want to insert it in here. So it doesn't go all the way through. You don't push it. When it stops, you're good. And you want to click this button right here. But for now, I want to make sure to get it quick, so I'm going to increase the speed.
But I don't want to have students increasing the speed.
Yeah,
I want them to keep it super simple.
We want to keep you guys doing speed 1, but just for now, for this presentation, I'm going to do it for speed 6. It's entering.
Takes about 30 seconds to come through.
And so sometimes the other color that was in here might come out first, so watch out for that. So don't be surprised. Let's get all this orange out. See, now blue is coming. And just so you guys know, never, ever touch the point of that. Because it is insanely hot. Well, not insanely hot, just very hot. It'll burn your fingers, and you do not want your fingers to be burnt. So now, also the popsicle sticks are there if you want to clean the tip off. God, it's coming out like crazy.
Okay, so now you want to show me how you demo it.
So first, you're going to want to draw a drawing. For here, I have a triangle. So first, you want to trace the lines. So you're going to trace it all along this. It's fine if it's not perfect. You're not going for perfect, you're going for right.
You're going for what?
Right. Like making sure it's strong. But some projects, they do require a little bit less of plastic than this. So look right there. So I just did the outer edges. So sometimes when you realize, oh my God, I need more filament, what do? Well, you're supposed to, even if it's dry, you can add more on.
Why would I add more filament on?
Just to make sure it's stronger and it won't fall apart. So that filament will dry also, and it's completely fine. Nothing will happen bad to it unless you add too much filament, which will get bulky.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna fill it in. You just fill it in like this. Lines and lines.
I think for kids when they're first learning, don't you think that they'll learn the basics by just doing the outer edge of the triangle?
Yeah, this is just advanced. I just wanna.
And what did you recommend before if you want to make it 3D instead of flat?
So if you want to make it 3D, you're gonna want to make multiple of these. You're gonna make 3 of these. Then you're gonna put them to. Wait, no, you're actually gonna want to make 4. Sorry. Figure out my sides. And then you're gonna want to put them together. It'll make the thing, but it's gonna fall apart. So don't get frustrated. Put 2 together, and should I do it right now?
Nope, that's okay. But what would you do?
So you would put them 2 together on the sides, and then you would use
Connect
the plastic
them?
to connect them together, and then they would work, and then they would be connected. And then you
Okay,
keep
now
on
wait.
continuously.
How do we, now what do we do? Now that you've shown us how to use it, how do we want, what's the thing we need to teach them how to do now that you're done with your triangle?
So after you're done with your triangle, whatever you're making, and it's time to clean up. So first, remember when I told you about the buttons on these 2 buttons to go forward and backwards? You're gonna want to click the back button, which that'll excrete all the plastic, because we don't want it to get like, jammed. It makes that sound. That's good. When it makes that sound, you want to pull it.
What do you do at the end of that?
At the end of that, you're gonna want to get some scissors, cut it off where it's all funky to the point where it's not funky anymore. See, now it's all flat. Now it's good. Now you're able to use this again, and you just learned how to use a Scribbler 3D pen. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, George.